This is the StoryMaps for Schools application. It was assembled by the Esri education team to help K12 educators find content that already exists inside of the massive catalog that is ArcGIS StoryMaps. Today, this application has about 260 story maps categorized and searchable in it. As you can tell, we've built in some search tools. We've also built in a way to filter content based on a category that you select. So for example, if I'm teaching civics and government, I can click on the civics and government and it will drop down and we can see elementary, middle school, and high school. And if we click on high school, we again drill down our categories or increase our categories so we get less and less and hopefully better and better targets for what we want to teach with. And then maybe a virtual field trip is something we're after. So in this case, for civics, we're looking at a virtual field trip over to the Lincoln Memorial. The same concept, same technique applies to other disciplines like earth science, environmental science. We'll take a quick look at Earth. We might find, in this case, middle school, and look at, let's look at readings, middle school readings. So you'll notice that we have now listed a couple of items, looks like 5 if I scroll down a little bit. If I select a story map, I can just click the icon and it will pop open a new story map. The link in this case, since it's a student reading, you can just give straight away to your kids. Depending on what is in the story map, you may want to provide an additional formative or summative assessment to test for understanding. Each story map is different. Most of the story maps are created by various individuals and organizations throughout the ArcGIS community. Many of the story maps come from K12 educators or the education team, however. So we'll close the category there, and we'll go down our list. You'll notice we have U.S. history, world geography, environmental science, world history, but we also have these couple special buckets at the bottom, or special filters. We might look at tech features, for example. Maybe we want to see stuff that incorporates drones or stuff that uses augmented reality. We can sort out. Now in this case, all we're doing is looking at anything in story maps for schools that is tagged with augmented or virtual reality. So we're no longer using our grade subject area filters to explore this content. Then of course we've got a map tool filter. This will let us look at specific applications, map applications within the story map. And then our eclectic bucket at the bottom is going to change from time to time. But for example, right now you can find student winning projects from the ArcGIS competition for schools. So the other useful feature that is built into this tool is the search tool. If we clear out our filters, which I just did, and I just do a search for rocks, it looks like we're getting 12 items back. So 12 items, 12 story maps have produced the word rock somewhere, probably in the metadata, the title or the snippet of the story map. So if we open up our earth science area with our search, our keyword search still on, we can then drill into some of our content that should be specific to rocks inside of these particular buckets. So you'll notice that with reading, we've dropped an item or maybe 2, but now we have readings that are specific to rocks, suitable for middle school earth science. So that's an example of using the categories plus the search term to produce the best results for what you want to be able to teach in the classroom. We do have some buttons up here. These will change periodically. These are really added to help you explore the filters plus the search tool below. So for example, if I press the XR button, it's actually just exploring the XR category that we just looked at under tech features, and you'll notice it's lit up. Additionally, there's collections of fast buttons, if you will, to different features. In this case, a map tool. We're using Map Maker as an example. And then lastly, an example of doing a search. And again, the buttons are just reinforcing what can be done with search or keyword. In our opening paragraph, I'd just like to finally bring your attention to the last item where you can submit a new story map. If you as an educator are routinely using a story map to teach a particular area of content, we would love to hear about it. All we need is that story map URL and maybe a little bit of context. What subject, what grade band, and we'll evaluate it, and if it makes sense, we'll get it into the story map gallery. So again, this is StoryMaps for Schools as it is today. It will continue to grow and evolve, and we look forward to your feedback and hope you find it useful.